Hello and welcome back to the Astana Times YouTube channel. I'm your host Aselь Stubaldna, and here is your weekly news digest from Kazakhstan. This week, President Kassym-Jomart Tokayev made a significant appointment. On February 2nd, the Kazakh president appointed Kyrgyz Republic as the new Ombudsperson for the rights of socially vulnerable categories of the population. Seyjan replaced Svetlana Zhakupova, who has been the ombudsperson since June last year. Kyrgyz, the newly appointed ombudsperson, will play a crucial role in safeguarding the rights of socially vulnerable groups in Kazakhstan. Proposed by President Kassym-Jomart Tokayev in his State of the Nation address in September 2022, the ombudsperson for the rights of socially vulnerable categories of the population is identified as an essential element in building a just and fair Kazakhstan.
Мемлекет ең алдымен бәріне бірдей мүмкіндік беріп, әділдік орнатады. Қоғам игілігіне арналған қызмет деңгейі жоғары болуына кепілдік береді. Әлеуметтік жағынан әлсіз топтағы азаматтарға қолдау көрсетеміз. Мүмкіндігі шектеулі жандарға да көмектесеміз. Президент жанындағы омбудсмен тағайындалады.
The primary objective of the ombudsperson is clear: to ensure the rights and protect the legitimate interests of socially vulnerable categories of the population. An expanded government meeting is scheduled for February 7th next week. The meeting will be chaired by President of Kazakhstan Kassym-Jomart Tokayev. It is set to evaluate the socio-economic development of the country and shape future initiatives. President Tokayev revealed the plan for this expanded meeting during an interview with the Yegemen Kazakhstan national newspaper in January. The expanded government meeting chaired by the president takes place annually. It is attended by the Prime Minister and members of the government, the chairs of the Senate and the Majlis of the Parliament, heads of state bodies accountable to the president, mayors and governors, to name a few. The Global Gateway Investors Forum for the European Union Central Asia Transport Connectivity has taken center stage this week. The key objective of the forum was to translate political commitments of the EU and Central Asia into tangible operational deliverables. The forum, inaugurated with a plenary session on January 29th in Brussels, has brought together key stakeholders to discuss the long-term objective of making the Trans-Caspian international transport road a multimodal, modern, sustainable, smart and fast road linking Europe and Central Asia. At the forum, European and international financial institutions announced a substantial commitment of €10 billion to invest in the development of the Trans-Caspian road. These include the Memorandum of Understanding signed by the European Investment Bank and the governments of Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan and Uzbekistan, as well as the Development Bank of Kazakhstan. The document totaled a whopping €1.47 billion. These funds are strategically earmarked for various projects aimed at enhancing transport connectivity in the Central Asian region.
Due to Kazakhstan's favorable geographical location, domestic and regional transportation of Central Asia is growing, where country, Kazakhstan, plays a key role for transit between Europe and Central Asia. In the next 5 years, at least €40 billion will be needed to implement our major infrastructure projects in the field of transport.
The European Bank for Reconstruction and Development signed a Memorandum of Understanding with Kazakhstan. This agreement comes with an impressive investment pipeline worth €1.5 billion, with projects already in preparation to bolster the overall development of transport connectivity in Central Asia. These commitments reflect an increased engagement of the EU with the region.
The EU remains a strong, committed and reliable partner for countries in Central Asia. The EU is already the region's largest investment partner. EU countries account for more than 42% of total foreign direct investment in Central Asia. That is more than the United States, Russia or China.
Now turning our attention to the world of business. Air Astana, Kazakhstan's largest airline, is making headlines with its plans for an initial public offering. The airline aims to raise $120 million in this significant move. On January 29th, Air Astana has unveiled its pricing strategy for the upcoming IPO, scheduled to commence in February. The price range for the offering of new and existing shares has been set between $8.5 to $11 per global deposit receipt and $2.13 to $2.75 per share. IPO will take place on 3 exchanges: at the London Stock Exchange, the Astana International Exchange, and the Kazakhstan Stock Exchange. The window for this listing opportunity is set to remain open until February 8th. The trading is set to commence in London on February 14th and in Kazakhstan on February 15th. A thrilling start to the international horse racing scene for Kazakhstan, as the horse Kabirkhan has made an impressive mark with consecutive victories at the Al Maktoum Challenge tournament in Dubai. This achievement has not only brought glory to Kazakhstan, but has also secured a coveted spot at the prestigious Dubai World Cup. Kabirkhan became the first Kazakh horse to earn a spot at the prestigious tournament. It is a descendant of the famous California Crow. In one of his latest interviews, the horse owner Lek Mukhambetkaliev expressed his immense joy, stating that his heart was overflowing with excitement. He said that during the celebration he proudly raised the Kazakh flag along with his friends. He mentioned that the congratulatory messages poured in from all people across the country, describing it as a moment where the entire nation of Kazakhstan extended their felicitations. Here is the foreign media digest about Kazakhstan. Kazakhstan's transport and transit potential under the spotlight in Brussels. The Kazakh delegation, including Minister of Transport Murat Karabayev, took part in the Global Gateway Forum on Transport Connectivity between European Union and Central Asia in Brussels. Euractiv Agency published an article discussing Karabayev's address at the forum. Meeting of Foreign Ministers of Kazakhstan and the Kyrgyz Republic. Kazakh Foreign Minister Murat Nutleo met with his Kyrgyz counterpart Jembek Kulubayev in Bishkek. The sides discussed a wide range of issues and expressed mutual commitment to deepen their cooperation. While in Bishkek, Nutleo also met with Kyrgyz President Sadyr Japarov. Investments in Trans-Caspian international transport route. Trend News Agency reports on the European Union's investments in the physical infrastructure of the Trans-Caspian international transport route. It cites the EU Commissioner for Transport, Adina Valian, who said that the EU has identified 33 investment needs for the corridor's infrastructure. It ranges from the modernization of railways to increasing the capacity of ports on the Caspian Sea and upgrading the fleet. Cooperation between Kazakhstan and Romania in transport and logistics. Romanian news agency reports on the meeting between Kazakh Minister of Transport Murat Karabayev and Romanian Transport and Infrastructure Minister Sorin Grindanu. The sides discussed prospects for expanding cooperation in cargo transportation. And that's a wrap on our top 5 news stories from Kazakhstan this week. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more updates from the Astana Times. Until next time.